Good evening. I'm Marla Stegman, and I'm an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus. I'm so glad that you are with us tonight and watching this recording. If you're watching right now, what I'd like you to do is in the chat, if you would just say your name and who invited you so we know who to shout out and who to follow up with. Or if you're currently an ambassador, just tell us what you're on for products and what it's done for you so we can read about that in the chat. So the reason you're here is because someone cared about you. When I started with Plexus 5 years ago, I thought I was healthy. I wasn't on any prescribed medications, but I was feeling sick all the time. So hold on, I gotta start my timer. I forgot to do that. There we go. Okay. I was, active in high school with basketball, cheerleading, all that kind of stuff. And then I was continued that playing basketball, but I started having a lot of allergies in high school, gave myself shots. I always had headaches. So my memory of health it was a lot of ibuprofen. I got mono in high school and then continued to get strep and those kind of things. And then I had digestive issues most of my life. When I learned about Plexus, I was, about, how old would I have been? Yeah, 52, I guess. And I was a full-time school teacher and mother of two, and was really struggling with how I felt. Sugar controlled me. I was a Diet Coke junkie. Taught fitness too. I'm a former Zumba instructor. Right now I'm not teaching, body pump instructor. And also I taught basic aerobics for 19 years. And so I always preached that you didn't need supplementation if you ate well and exercised. So I was very against it. But I didn't know anything about gut health. And when a gal that I went to college with started sharing on social media, I was curious and I watched for 5 months. And I kept reading and thinking, how can it help with this, this, and this? And yet it helps with this. It's like, this is too good to be true. And my first message to her was, is this for real? And she said, we may as well try it. So I decided in March of 2015 to give it a try. I wanted to lose some weight. I really didn't think it would help with all those other things. And I even said to my husband, I'm like, I'll just do it 60 days. It's a 60-day money back guarantee, and I'll just get my money back regardless, because I can lose my weight and still get my money back. So that was my plan. But little did I know that 5 months later, because I didn't want anything to do with business, I'm like, no way am I going to share. And here I'm realizing I have not taken an ibuprofen for months. And when is the last time I took a nap? Like, all these things started happening. And at that time I was transitioning I moved into a new community, got married, started a new job. I had a lot of things going on that caused more stress, but I was feeling amazing. So I had to start sharing on social media as my outlet. And from there, I kept sharing and caring for 4 years while I taught school. So worked in the evenings and weekends. And then I ranked up to Emerald Ambassador a year ago in March. And that's the top 3% in the company. And our compensation plan is something that is very remarkable, I'm learning from other network marketing companies. And people think that you have to have inventory, and you don't with our products. You just take the products that you use, and that's all you really need to do. And so it's been the best journey for getting healthier. And now I have a business, and helping others is the best part of this business. I still don't think of it as a business. I think of it as just a fun journey about health and wellness and helping others. So I haven't taken a nap in 5 years, maybe 1 or 2, because maybe, I don't know, 1 or 2 maybe in 5 years. And I'm 57, or almost 57. Haven't had a headache. I got rid of my fibromyalgia, is what I was diagnosed with in, I think it was 1994. I also had hiatal hernia. So I had acid issues all the time. All that's gone. I just feel amazing. And it's just been such a blessing. And little did I know, gut health was the center of my health. I mean, that was my problem. I was not well. So I remember going by in the grocery store, by the sugar, the candy aisle, all the fun size Snickers and all those things, and feeling like, I don't feel like I even want to look at it. And that's when I really realized something is changing in me. Like, I am not craving the crap. I'm craving water. So it's just been a great journey, and I'm just so excited to hear the rest of your stories. Alicia is somebody I've known for quite a while. So I actually taught her daughter in 4th grade, and she's got an amazing story, and her daughter's story too. So we'll send it over to her.
Thanks, Marla. My name's Alicia Saure. I live just south of Grand Forks by Reynolds. I have 5 children, and I'm married to a farmer. The reason I even considered Plexus was for my daughter. She is now 19, but at the time she was 15, I believe. She's a type 1 diabetic. And I had kept hearing that this pink drink helped with blood sugars. And so I thought, well, let's see what it can do for her, because she had been struggling with some things. At the time we started, I really had no clue what gut health was. I didn't know what probiotics really were. We weren't on anything. So she started the products. She started on the triplex combo, and within just a few months, she was noticing differences, and her labs confirmed that. She had lowered her A1C, her cholesterol, her acne was clearing up, her bowel movements were becoming more regular. So I knew that these products were doing something, because nothing else had changed. She hadn't changed her diet or anything like that. So she continued on the products. I signed up as an ambassador and had no intention of really taking the products for myself. I considered myself a healthy person. I'm not on any medications. I felt pretty healthy. But little did I know that after I started taking the products myself, I realized that I actually had a sugar craving issue. So I started in October, and by the end of that month, I realized I wasn't running to my kids' candy stash after Halloween. I didn't really even have a desire for it. I wasn't running to I wasn't running to the pop machine at work in the afternoon. I used to live on Diet Coke. So I wasn't wanting that anymore, and I was craving water, and I thought, okay, this is crazy. Like, something must be working. So besides that, those things I started noticing within the first month. I also started noticing during my workouts that I just had more energy. My muscles weren't getting as fatigued as easily. So just little things over time I was picking up on. Little did I know I would end up pregnant. A couple of months I started the products with baby number 5. And so I was able to experience what lots of people rave about, these Plexus pregnancies. And I can tell you that out of the 5 pregnancies, my Plexus pregnancy was definitely the best. So besides not really having cravings during my pregnancy, I gained minimal weight. I think it was like 25 pounds. And I slept really well. I didn't have the gas and bloating or constipation that sometimes you can deal with when you're pregnant. I didn't have the swelling. I was able to wear my wedding ring pretty much up until the time that I delivered. I was able to work out most of my pregnancy. I also did not experience pelvic pain, which I had experienced my previous 2 pregnancies. Pelvic pain, it was so painful that it was hard to walk. Getting out of my vehicle was horrible. It was just crazy, and I didn't really experience that with Jack very often. I mean, I still would have a little bit, but the pain was not as bad as before. And so I knew that these products were helping with inflammation and some of that pain. My recovery was quicker. I was back in my pre-maternity clothes much quicker than I had been with my other pregnancies. And having a baby at 35, I didn't expect that would be the case for me. So that was pretty awesome. there's just been a lot of unexpected blessings along the way. And I'm doing a video right now. Can you get up? This is Grayson. Can you say hi? Oh my God.
Come on,
Yeah,
boys. Come on.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, your dad's right there. You can ask him.
They have a snack.
Oh my gosh.
This is real
Okay.
life. This is real life. We get to work from home too.
Yeah. Did you notice how they came in here to ask me for a snack and Dad's in the living room with them? Yeah. So just lots of unexpected blessings along the way. So Mariah, my diabetic daughter, she's been on the products for 4 years. She would periodically have like fingernail infections or like ingrown toenail infections. She's not had any infections or had to be on any medication or antibiotics since she started, which is pretty amazing because she would get sick off and on with things. Same with my kids. My kids are a lot healthier than they used to be. Just this whole journey has been amazing for me. I really knew nothing about gut health, and when I started sharing about the products, that kind of got me into researching, like, what are these products? Why are they helping with so many things? And what I've learned has just been pretty amazing. I learned that we seed our gut with what we have in our gut. So if our gut is not healthy when we are pregnant, then unfortunately we're going to pass that on to the baby. And so gut health is super important for women who are wanting to become pregnant, who are pregnant, just because it really does affect the baby, and having good gut health is super important for that, for their immune system, and just for health, because we know now that gut health is linked to everything. So I think I said everything that I wanted to say, and I'll pass it on to Mattie.
Well, I gotta unmute myself. Hello, everybody. I am Mattie. I am originally from Argyle, Minnesota, but I live in Grand Forks. And I signed up under Megan, who was my Orange Theory coach. So I'm a Silver Ambassador now with Plexus, and I got started because of Megan. So if you ever met her, you're kind of sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, how does this girl have so much energy? Because when I mainly saw her, it was at 6:15 in the morning and she already coached a class at 5 a.m. And she's just like all energy high. And it kind of rubs off on you. Like, you want to be like that. You want to have all that energy. And that was kind of the main reason I started. So Megan came to my house after Orange Theory one time, and we were talking about it, and I was sold, like, just like that. And mainly because a lot of the times, like, I was tired all the time. I mean, I'm 25 now, but I was 24 when I was experiencing all this, and I would come home from work and I would nap. On days I didn't start work till noon, I would come home from Orange Theory and I would nap, and you would just kind of be groggy all day. You go home and you sleep, and that's basically all I ever did. It's like, I feel like I'd got home and I would sit on the couch and I would fall asleep, like, not even trying to, not even intending to. It's just I was exhausted all the time. And then I started Plexus I ordered it on Black Friday, actually. And then I started taking it a little bit in December, not a lot. I wasn't really consistent with it. Then January is when I started being consistent. And that's when I noticed the biggest difference in my energy and my overall health. Those probiotics, that ProBio 5, that BioCleanse, that was huge for me, because from October to December, there was 4 or 5 times where I was sick. And every time it just kept getting substantially worse. I have never missed work in my life for being sick. And I texted my manager one night and I missed 2 days on the biggest week of basically the entire year. And it was the week of Christmas. My schedule was packed. We had to move people around. And it's basically every time I got sick, I was like, oh, I'm just wore out. I'm just really tired. I'm just exhausted. Like, I wouldn't accept the fact that I was actually sick. But I kind of feel like all of us are a little sick. America's sick. Our gut is so not healthy. I remember my mom talking to me about it because she started it a while ago, and now she's being more consistent with it. And she was talking to me about gut health. I was like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. And then you look more into it and you're like, oh my gosh, your gut is linked to so many things. It's linked to your brain health, your immune health, your overall health. And once you start taking these and you start feeling the difference and people start noticing the difference, that is huge. And then a big thing I noticed is the sugar cravings. So I'm drinking my pink drink now. It's honestly my third one of the day. And I don't sit there and crave sugar. Like at work, my boss always has this candy jar. And I remember starting to work, I was like, oh my gosh, I've probably eaten 500 calories in these mini candies. Because after I ate, I would want something sweet. And then if I was hungry, I'd reach for the candy jar. And then when I was talking to my boss, I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't reached for that candy jar in months. And I'm like a chocolate lover, don't get me wrong, but I have not touched that candy jar at work. So that was a really big thing for me. But when it comes down to it, it was honestly just the energy. I don't come home from work and nap, and I don't come home from Orange Theory and nap. And I'm starting to get back into like the workout groove because I lost it for a little bit there, and I've been working out over quarantine. And with doing Plexus at the same time in this quarantine, I've lost 5 pounds already. So it does have a big effect on your weight. I think that's honestly from like mainly the bio cleanse, that magnesium in there. Megan was talking to me about the magnesium, and I started doing more research, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is huge. And then the main product that I absolutely love besides like my pink drink and my active is the MetaBurn. So the first time me and Megan met up, she's like, you have to try this. And she gave me one of the MetaBurn supplements. And I explained it to her and Marla as I was like, I've never done cocaine before, but I feel like if you did, this is how it would feel, because your energy is like at an all-time high. And like you want to do all the things, you can get all the things done. And it's just like your focus is like you're dead set for the rest of the day. So that was a really big one for me. And I hope my mom can't hear me because I'm running low on mine, so I've been stealing some of hers. It's an everyday thing, if not twice a day. But yeah, Plexus has definitely made a big impact on my life, my health. I don't feel bloated. I feel like every day at the end of the day, I was like, ugh, I feel like I look 10 pounds heavier, and I can't tell you the last time I felt bloated. So definitely, if you're even on the fence of Plexus, give it a try. I mean, to join, it's $9.95 right now, and it's a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you literally have absolutely nothing to lose. But yeah, that's my story.
Thank you, Mattie.
And I will pass it on to Laura.
Yeah, Laura's turn.
I guess it's my turn, and you guys all did so good, just like off the cuff. And here's me with my stack of note cards because I know I'm gonna be like messing up along the way. So I'll just do the best I can. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes? Okay, good. So I am Laura McLauren. I am coming at you from Devil's Lake, North Dakota today. And what I would love you to do, if you are on here today, would you type in the chat where you are right now, where you're coming at us from? I would really love to see where everybody's from tonight. So I am a gold ambassador, and I began using Plexus just almost a year ago now. It's kind of hard to believe. It was last July that I started. So I get a lot of questions about why. Why did you begin? Why did you start using this? And there was really 4 reasons, and I could probably even list it up to 10 to 15 different reasons, but I had 4 different autoimmune issues going on in my body. I have Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid problem. The thyroid affects way more than you think it does. I suffered from headaches almost daily. I say I had an ibuprofen addiction. I would have 4 to 10 ibuprofen every day. And then I also had migraines. So maybe 2 to 3 a month. I had migraines where I was taking, I even posted on Facebook the other day on my page that I hadn't used an Excedrin migraine. And that was like my go-to. I hadn't had an Excedrin it expired. The bottle expired a couple months ago. So, I mean, that's huge for me right there. And then I also had eczema, and I also suffered from allergies, which the allergies didn't start until I got older. ding, 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 gut health. The older you get, the worse the buildup in the gut, and the more these things start coming out. So then I also had allergies. So all of those things were autoimmune issues that were bothering me. And so that's kind of my why I started. I just wanted to feel good again and be a good mom and still be able to work hard at school. I'm a school counselor, and so I wanted to be there for my students. And my family is hugely active. We've always been a family on the move, and I felt like I was starting to slow us down. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to do. I was the reason that people weren't going places. Not only that, I was a huge skeptic. I know the other ladies were talking a little bit about their skepticism too, but they didn't believe that Plexus could do, how can Plexus help with this and that and the next thing? It just didn't seem to make any sense to me. And then I thought about the price, and I have a big family. There's no way I could do it with my big family. I have 4 kids. My husband and I are both in the teaching world. So it was just, there's no way that we could do this. But it was just last July when I finally hit a wall. I was on summer vacation because I work at an elementary school, and I couldn't get myself to do anything. I would sit in my room. I would take naps every day. I couldn't make it so that the laundry was even done or the dishes were washed. I dreaded having to cook supper every night. I didn't want to do anything. So it's kind of like, Jeff Foxworthy goes, here's your sign. That was my sign. It was my sign. I got a hold of Kelly, my sponsor, and we just talked. I don't know how long Kelly and I talked. It must have been almost 2 hours, and we just came up with a plan. It was a really good plan because look at me now, but we made the plan. I did an online launch, and my online launch went blessedly well, and I've taken off from there. I went silver within days, and with the help of my teammates, so Tammy and Megan and Maddie and all these wonderful ladies underneath, I went Fast Start Gold. I was, I think, the first Fast Start Gold Marla has on her team. I went Fast Start Gold, so I made it to gold in under a month. So that's kind of my pat on my back. Yay, girl. So doing this business has been absolutely amazing. I never thought that it would go as well as it had. I get to hang out with some really great ladies, and I have learned so much about gut health. Who knew? I had no clue. Plus, get this, I haven't had a headache in months. I can't even remember the last time I took ibuprofen. Don't know. My energy is through the roof. I've had no allergy symptoms this spring. And I used to get steroid injections twice a year for my eczema. No steroid injections in almost 2 years. So I'm feeling really great. And then on the plus side, Mattie kind of mentioned that she's lost a little weight since I started in the last year here. I've lost about 14 pounds in the last year. So it's been a slow and steady loss, but I feel so much better. So I always say weight loss is a happy circumstance because when you feel good, you move more. And when you move more, you're more willing to do the things and get the things done, like working out. So I love to work out. I love to get out and go for a walk every night and hang out and go for a bike ride with my kids now. It's fun. So I don't know if anybody has any questions for me, but if you do not, I'm going to swing it over to Marla. Back to you, my dear.
Oh, thank you so much. You all are just so awesome. It's to think, I get kind of emotional. This is crazy, but there's just so many stories like this. Some are on here even that, her hair has grown back. She had alopecia. There's just so many things that keep me doing this. Not the money, that's not it. I'm not in sales. People say, well, I could never sell. I don't sell. None of us feel like we are salespeople because when you're affected when your health changes, transforms like totally, you don't even think, you just share. And that's just what happens. Like this business was not a plan of mine, but it was, kind of God's journey. And so bringing it back around to Plexus, I'll just talk a little bit about what I've learned. about our company. It's just a company of integrity. Our founders that founded it in 2008 have been with the company the whole time. We are debt free. We are our home office is in Scottsdale, Arizona. So if you're ever in that area, make sure you stop in there and see the store. And I could line up a tour if you want it. Just let me know ahead of time. But they're just so giving. They have always, the founder of our company, Tarl, he always wanted to have a network marketing company. His mom was a network marketer, and she ended up not having a lot of success a lot of times because of just inventory and that kind of thing. So he always wanted to have a company where it was done right so that everybody could afford the products and make money. And products that work. That was the main thing. We focus on quality over quantity. We only have 25 or 26 products, and that's not a lot, but yet we moved up in the world to number 23 in the world for direct sales. And we're not even in a lot of countries. We're in, 5 different countries. So we're just starting. But when Plexus started, it was a breast health company. It was a breast self-check kit and breast cream for radiation burn. That was the 2 products that they had. And then in 2010 came the Slim, our first Slim. And the scientists that created it were looking for a product that would help stabilize blood sugar for type 2 diabetics and help their lifestyle so they could manage their weight better, be more active. And what they found was that it helped everybody, not just the type 2 diabetics. So they knew they had something. So then Plexus marketed it as a weight loss because Slim is, considered weight loss, right? Because our products you will lose weight. It's like a side benefit. But think of it as an acronym, like steady levels inside me, because our products stabilize your blood sugar. And then when that happens, your hormones are stabilized and it prevents inflammation. I had no clue that I needed something like this for my headaches and everything. So our pink drink just took off from there. And then came the triplex, which is what most of us started with. That's our #1 selling combo. That has the ProBio 5, the BioCleanse, and the Slim. We do have 2 formulas of our Slim now. One, our microbiome activating one, is a little bit smaller in size, and it has the chromium polynicotinate that stabilizes the blood sugar. It has the alpha lipoic acid, just like this one, to help detoxify our body. So there's a lot of similarities. But what it doesn't have is it doesn't have the fiber. This is our hunger control that has extra fiber to fill us up. So they are similar, but just a little different. So this one helps, it has prebiotics, an XOS blend that helps feed your good gut bacteria. Specifically 3 main ones: Bifidobacterium, Lactobacillus, and Akkermansia. And if you research gut bacteria, your mycoflora, those are really key gut bacteria to help your immunity, just overall your metabolism, digestive issues. So it's just an amazing product. So microbiome activating is one, and then our hunger control is our second choice of Slim that you can get in your triplex. So when Plexus decided to, move forward with their products, they really wanted to get away from the pharmaceutical type of products, stay away from the statins, things that are all natural. So we have a scientific board of doctors from all over. They actually test everything out. Our triplex has had studies done for weight loss also. And our Vital Biome is another probiotic that is for anxiety, mood, depression, and also digestive health. And we have skincare now. We have holistic skincare with also a collagen that is amazing. And we have protein shakes, and we have a lot of other supplements that can really help our bodies so that we can perform the way we're supposed to. When we're, like Alicia had touched on, if you have poor gut health, you're have a child, you give that to them. You know, like if you see dandruff on or cradle cap, that's all signs of yeast overgrowth, or we call it candida. Leaky gut, poor gut health, dysbiosis, it's all the same thing. We're supposed to have 85% good gut bacteria and 15% bad. But when we have too much sugar in our, or we're on one round of antibiotics can kill your good gut flora up to a year. Then the candida kind of takes over, and that's when our gut starts to get very unhealthy, and it takes over our health. If you look at diabetes too, that's a rise in the United States. There's type 2 diabetes is really on the rise, and that's something that, stabilizing your blood sugar is going to really help also. So a lot of diabetics love our products. I think everybody loves our products, but our ProBio 5 that's in our triplex is a probiotic, but it also has digestive enzymes and an antifungal and a couple vitamins. So this is very unique because a lot of people, they're on expensive probiotics, refrigerated probiotics, and they really kind of laugh at, oh yeah, this isn't $40, it's not going to work. But ours are freeze dried, so it actually gets through the intestinal wall into the acid, so it all actually works, and it helps get rid of the bad. Because before you think of your gut as a garden, before you plant seeds, you have to clean out the weeds, right? So our weeds, this is what weeds it out. So when you start on it, you want to work closely with your ambassador, and we progressively add this and high dose it so that you really get rid of, get a balance in your body for your intestinal health. Our Bio Cleanse is another part of that. A couple gals talked about it. It's a magnesium supplement with sodium bicarbonate and vitamin C, which helps oxygenate your blood, but it also helps you cleanse your digestive system, but not in a way that you have to run to the bathroom. It's a gentle cleanser. Some people need 2 a day, some people need 6. So it's very unique to each person. But our triplex is what I started with. I know it's what Laura started with. It's what Alicia started with. I think Mattie started with a few other products for weight loss only. Which ours are weight loss too, but then now she's on triplex as well. It's our #1 seller, like I said. Another product that we came out with last summer is Active. This is an energy drink that is amazing, and I didn't think I needed an energy drink, but I work out all the time, so I love, like, half of this with my Slim every day is like my crack, like Mattie talked about. I love it. So this is an energy drink that's healthy. It has like kale, blueberry, tart cherries. There's yerba mate in here. It's sweetened with honey, powdered honey, and stevia and monk fruit. So it's nothing that's going to make you have the jittery energy. It's nothing. It's all clean. Our products are all clean. Another probiotic that we have is the Vital Biome. I mentioned that. This is our true powerhouse probiotic. So this is something we usually recommend starting after the triplex, after you've been on the triplex a couple months, and then we add this. If you still have like anxiety or those kind of mood issues that you want to deal with, we have you work with your doctor. We always recommend being on the same page as your doctor, take the ingredients in, and most doctors, want you to get off your medication and not stay on it. Another product that is one of my favorite too is MetaBurn. Mattie talked about this. This is a thermogenic that helps burn fat in a healthy way. There's adaptogenic herbs in here. It helps cleanse your adrenals. It helps with thyroid support and just helps with overall mood and clearness. So that's another great product. Our vitamin is something also that we have. Kids vitamin with probiotics with no sugar. We have this vitamin that was the original, and now we have, it's called X Factor and X Factor Plus. And I started with this one, and I didn't mention this, I was low in iron most of my life too. I could never give blood, it was always too low. And I was on even something from the doctor, an iron supplement, when I started Plexus, and it never worked. So I know I had, my gut health was a mess, so the candida can really interfere with a lot of things, and that was interfering from my iron absorbing in my body. But adding this was the game changer. My hair got thicker, my hairdresser wanted to sign up. It was just amazing. And then they came out with this a couple years later, and this is even better than that. We have methylated folate. Those people that might have MTHFR, which is a gene mutation, can't process like folic acid, so it has to be methylated form of folate, and our vitamins have that, which is very unique. You can't find that on a storefront. Also, we have natural iron that comes from a berry, a New Zealand blackberry. And then we also have, and this one, a special formula that helps with your menopausal issues. So I have a lot of friends that are so happy that this came out with. My hot flashes disappeared within like a week after being on this, but yet men can take it as well. So we have also for inflammation control, for pain control, we have Ease, which is very popular. It's another hot seller. We only take this instead of, we don't take ibuprofen or Tylenol anymore at all. And this has only 4 ingredients. It has a natural omega, which is a New Zealand green-lipped mussel, mixed with turmeric and bromelain and serapeptase. And those 4 ingredients do a lot of amazing things for your body, not just help prevent inflammation. They help with healing and enzymes, extra protein built up in your muscles. The serapeptase can kill off bacteria in your body also. So if I ever feel like I'm getting something, a start of something, I high dose on this, and it always takes care of it. So, and one thing I didn't know is if you take turmeric, it absorbs better if you have a natural omega with it, or it really doesn't absorb well in your body, and the natural omega is in here. So that's another great product. There's some chats here. I want to make sure I'm catching any questions. Omegan says, huge game changer. Take one 15 minutes before bed. The X Factor Plus, and it helps me sleep through the night. And her mom too, and now she can sleep through the night better. A lot of people take the X Factor Plus at bedtime and sleep better. I don't take it at bedtime, but maybe I should start and try it again. That's one thing. That's why we really recommend working closely with your ambassador. Is everybody's a little different. Our bodies aren't made the same. Everybody's bodies aren't. So we always sometimes we have to tweak things a little bit or add a different product, take one away. So our products work if you take them. And if you would have told me 5 years ago I'd still be taking these 5 years later when I just wanted to get my money back, I would have said, no way. You know, it's just, but they work. If you didn't feel a difference, you wouldn't spend the money on them. And that's, you know, I have an amazing team of educated women, smart, and it's just been such a blessing to just see, you know, health journeys along the way, and then now they have businesses also. Our skincare, I guess I didn't take all the products out, but if you have any questions and want me to cover something, let me know. I wanted to go just 40 minutes, so we're getting close here. Our Joyome is our skincare that's holistic. And the FDA allows over almost 1,400 chemicals on as for cosmetics that isn't allowed in Europe. So ours are European approved. So they're very healthy for us. When you look into that, it's kind of scary what I used to put on my skin. I've noticed a difference. A lot of people have noticed a difference in my skin, and I was on a good reputable product that had 5 steps. And what I liked about this is 1 step in the morning, you cleanse your face. We don't have a cleanser, but you just cleanse it with whatever you like. And then just 2 pumps in these smaller bottles and just dab it on your face and neck. And then in the evening, take your makeup off and cleanse, and then you have the PM serum. So it replaced my eye cream, my lip cream. I don't even need a moisturizer. It has a hydrolipid delivery system, so it moisturizes as well. And it has a probiotic in the evening one as well, so it helps heal the skin microbiome. So people just see a huge difference after staying on it for quite a while. Our collagen is very unique. I was on a different collagen before this one. I don't know if you can see it. Ours is marine and bovine, both types 1 and 3. And it has ceramides in ours, also biotin and I notice a difference in my joints big time. Also adding this, and I haven't done a comparison picture. I need to do that yet. But so as far as the business goes with Plexus, I really encourage you to think about friends that maybe have some health issues that just are not feeling well, and really invite them to do this with you. If you haven't started, I really encourage you to. This $9.95 to join is crazy. And then right now with the stimulus incentive, I have some money here. I'm going to show you. If you have 3 friends join by the 30th, you get over $300. You have a potential to make $700 if you get 6. And when people trust you, they will do it with you. And you say, just, promise them, I'm going to help you. We're going to do it together. It's just such a fun journey to help people feel well. So I just want to thank you for being here. And does anyone have any questions before we sign off? Love X Factor, yes. Okay, so get in touch with the person that invited you. We set up Zooms too, just for if you want to just hear more about stuff. We're pretty flexible. We have a great wellness group page where we have units about education about the products. Plexus does an amazing job training us. We just have so many tools to just learn, and I love being on this health journey while helping others, and it's just been such a blessing. So we all want to stay healthy. If we don't have our health, we have nothing. So I'm just so glad that you're here. That means you're putting yourself first. And thank you, Mattie and Laura and Alicia. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you all. So you have a good night. Bye.